I would love to speak to your people about the idea that there has been a lot of fear between reptilians, whether they're ones that are on Earth or ones that are visiting Earth, and there's been a lot of fears. While some of it is, well, most of it, in a way, is misinformation with only sprinkled truth. It's only a gauge to see whether you will eventually be ready to eventually meet us, for we are not intentionally causing fear. We are actually somehow our physical appearance is initiating that fear mechanism, that fight or flight frequency within you. More intense than any other ET, for that is a very strong reaction to your species when coming into contact with something too out of the ordinary and not similar to you. And we are helping guide your people in order to eventually come to a point where you'll be ready to meet beings similar to us in that way. So we are happy to be interacting with you, and we are coming to his channel at this time as a debut. Although the channel doesn't know how my energy will react to other people, so that's why he's being very, very cautious and to make sure he translates the words correctly into the language that's needed for your species. So we are excited. We are attempting to gauge on how ready you are to meet other members of my species and others. But at this time, we can only say that the probability will be within the window of 2060 to 2070, around there. So, so, um, I will leave it at that, for there is still more that this will share to the channel, but this is as to him trying to see how people react to it first. And it's a good test for him as well. So you may come with your questions and answers as you may.
Ray, please.
And thank you very much, Sid. And we're going to extend love to you on your first interaction with us in this manner. We really appreciate your energy and inserting yourself in our time as we know it. I had an interaction with a serpent being, which is not the same as you, but they indicated that they do not leave their agents, meaning that they maintain a conscious connection with all of the serpent beings on Earth and other realms in which they have contributed that energy. Do the reptilians do that for the most part as well? And is that common with the beings which have representations of them on Earth? Please.
The reptilian beings.
Yes,
You mentioned about the serpentine beings.
that was an example.
What was the question again?
Are you connected with all of the reptilian beings which are expressed or manifest in our earthly realm and others?
Some, not all.
Can you go into a little more detail on that, please?
there are particular races we're connected with. Those who match our more of who match our energy, who actually are willing to be of service to others and the service to self at the same time. So in that way, we only have participated with certain reptilian beings who are more cohesive, more conducive, and more connected to themselves as well.
Would would you be able to tell us which beings on our planet would be those beings?
Which beings?
Yes.
Specifics. What are you talking about? Are you talking about reptiles in general?
Any, like a Komodo dragon or a gecko or whatever it might be.
For us, we are connected to the get-go in that sense. For that energy actually gives off more of our energy, and some of our maybe similar physical appearance might be, for we have similar appearance to that of a gecko slash Komodo dragon. So you have gave perfect examples for that.
Wow, and thanks for putting that in my mind so I could bring that up. And it's interesting you picked a creature which can actually walk up glass. And thank you so much for that detail. Greatly appreciate that.
Hmm.
Christiana, please.
Hello,
Greetings.
greetings to you. I'm very happy you're here.
We're happy to be here.
And for the record, I find you endlessly beautiful. Even if I'm an exception, I don't care. um, I know I have several reptilian friends, and I would like to better match the energy. Would you have any advice on that?
Understand your own understand understand yourself from the point of view that there is nothing to fear, but in the state you can overcome that and brings you closer to the reptilian frequency where once you have integrated a portion of a fear that is contributed to certain reptilian like beings, then it will allow you to integrate the process of meeting those that are similar to us.
Thank you.
Danielle, please.
Hello, my name's Danielle, and I was just wondering, how will your species help us bring peace on Earth? Because I have a big sense that that's a huge reason why you're here. And then, are you planning on helping us open up the fifth dimension?
To bring peace on Earth is also is also a thing that certain individuals have to bring peace within themselves in order to have a full on understanding of themselves. But it's better to be an example of that peace so people can understand it through your reflection. And the other one, let's see. Under. What was the other part of the question?
It was regarding the fifth dimension, helping us open the fifth
Ah, well, the fifth, well, all dimensions are within yourself. So if you want to open it, it's better to open it within yourself than open it within. It's better to open within yourself than to have someone else open it for you, because we never impose ourselves onto another being. The dimensional frequency that you call the fifth dimension is already within you. It's just you need to understand that from a perspective where all things are connected to the state of one, and the connect and open that dimension would mean you have to create unity and love within yourself to create it within yourself, because obviously you can't impose that creation onto another being at for there has to be more opportunity for the other being to be willing to choose which state they would like to be in.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
my question has to do with the fact that my experience with reptilians, it's very strong because it comes through the experience of my wife that's very connected to reptilian, that happens to be a masterful healer. And I'd like to know how your race is already working to try to heal.
For us, we have assisted on more of an energetic plane. Our ships are, well, me specifically, is above a specific spot of the Atlantic Ocean, but it's more of an energetic shift for we do not do the physical meeting thing like the Pleiadians or other races have done. For it's more comfortable that way for your species.
The way that we have come to connect with your energy is purely through energies that flow, in particularly through my wife, that she uses to heal, bring somebody to a state of balance, that flow very naturally, and also the fact that she can communicate and receive information as to what to do about bringing somebody into balance. So, from our experience, that has been already happening. What else are you doing right now as you are present in the overall feel of this realm that we call Earth?
This reality that we call Earth. You want to know what the
I want to know, what are you actively doing energetically?
I am I am well, me on my ship, energetically, I have connected to certain places on your planet for there's many aspects of your planet that needs healing, and in order to do that, I help out the energetic healing aspect of the planet, and there is other stuff that other beings do that are more direct. But for me, I have connected through this channel at this time, even though I mediate contact for my race to yours, as well as I'm a spiritual advisor as well.
Can you
So
shed some light as to why uh, I have never felt this negativity that a lot of people have felt about reptilians?
because of the openness that you have within yourself of knowing there's nothing to fear about a species, especially one that looks alien to you, even if and you actually come to understand that we are only alien in appearance, but our consciousness is similarly and connected to you in that way. So we are connected within you, and the connection to the reptilians is also brings a more openness to that when you're already understanding the alien aspect is nothing to fear of that aspect.
Thank you. Ray, please.
And thank you very much for that, Sid. I was your answer about being a spiritual advisor really perked my curiosity. Can you explain more about that? Are you a spiritual advisor to your kind, other races, or just to humans?
Among my race, I'm a spiritual advisor, but my spiritual advising is usually to other races where I connect telepathically to.
Are you telepathically connected to all of your kind, all the reptilians that you're aware of?
Well, my specific race is from a different parallel reality, so we're technically connected to our race individual, but doesn't mean all reptilians agree to stay connected all the time. We do interact with other reptilian races that share our interest and our curiosity.
I like that answer. Thank you. And I know you mentioned about your ship. Can you tell us how it is created and how it might be different from the other ones, which maybe have different components of crystalline energy or
It's
um,
made from a type of metallic substance that is a type of form of metal that allows it to mold itself like a liquid metal, and it folds into the very essence of the ship.
so that would be more familiar or kind of like what the Sasani or the Pleiadians use?
Similar but different. There's more components to it that still need to be translated through the channel, but it's more of very specific for we in our aspect have our ship has more of the metallic components to it than just the crystalline.
Is that due to your vibration or was that the substances that which were available?
The substance that I use is it vibrates at a particular frequency with our reality that allows us to create our ship from whatever. So it's like a type of metal that we created on our planet.
Excellent. That is a really detailed answer, and I appreciate that. And I was curious because since it will take so long for humanity to obtain a vibrational middle ground where it will be safe to interact with you another 25, 35 years, are there other beings assisting in the communication between you and the channel?
Mm, the Taigedans, we are working closely with them, if that has anything to do with what you're asking.
Yes, it does. And because I have other beings, which the Pleiadians, of which the Taygetians are part, which actually assist in the communication with several of the different beings which come to and through me. So thank you very much for that. And
We're happy to be of assistance to you.
I assume that's related to them already, the Taygetians already having a connection with the channel.
Yes, the channel. Why do you think we were introduced to the channel? It was them that helped with that.
Excellent. Thank you for that detail. Christina Anna?
Thank you. Hello again. I would like to ask what brings you joy in your explorations? What is it that you like to do? And also, if you have any questions that we could answer for you.
Well, the only question, the only question, the only question I would have is why would people be such fearful towards species like mine?
Because
But
there
that
is,
you probably already know the answer to that.
yes,
So, what brings me joy? Well, I enjoy exploring other worlds. I have connected to I have connected to countless civilizations, some different than myself. Mm, well, maybe not just some, maybe many, but there have been different races connected with that. With to make it simple is different races connect with the aspect of the reptilian, and then there's races that also have more similarities to your own race and that are more open. So we have worked extensively with many different races, and for me, I enjoy communicating with. I have I have a very strong desire of for where I am above is the Atlantic Ocean. I have a strong desire for ocean life and oceanography. So I'm also connected to different aspects of the life on your planet that we have observed through our interactions with your species.
that is most interesting. Thank you very much for sharing.
I'm thankful, and I'll be happy to share more of myself when it's more timing.
I had another little question. Are you, as a race, have been involved in hybrid programs?
Reptilian races, yes, but not my race in particular. My race have been involved in mostly mediating with other races so we can help assist when it's needed. But we have but if we were in hybrid programs, we probably would have perhaps shared some DNA, maybe, but in that sense, if we did, it wouldn't really be that much because we don't really interact with that idea a very greater degree of the hybrid programs, although we do interact with the hybrid races in general.
And the fact that you are thinking that 2060, 2070 is when there's a possibility of you having contact.
It's only a probability, and
A
we only
probability.
go by what we're monitoring with your species. Whether it changes, it'll be up to you.
I see. Thank you. Any other questions from anyone?
Are your contacts with the other races through the Cosmic Alliance or some other intergalactic or interdimensional organization?
We have interacted with many different alliances, and yes, you could say that we have interacted with the Interstellar Alliance from time to time. We also interact with other alliances that are more into our benefit. We only interact with those that are to the benefit of all and not to some.
Nice. That's the reality that which we are headed towards on our planet. So I appreciate you expressing that. Do you have any other messages for our group as a whole? And we are very grateful for this opportunity, Sid.
Yes, well, if you want to understand the fear of races within the idea of the reptilian, go into yourself and understand why is there fear of us. That's what you came to understand as well. You'll understand more of yourself, and that fear that created through our presence is what you have to understand, and that's also what we're here to observe from you, and we're here to see if you are ready. And we are thankful for this, and we're glad to be interaction. We need to know to not to fret or fear any aspect of yourself and go within yourself. For the only reason you fear us is you fear an unknown aspect within yourself. We thank you, and we are giving you our unconditional love, and we send you with that little message.
Thank you very much, Sid.
Thank you, Sid. With love.
And thank you, Travis.
I don't know. Technically, that was technically he wanted to go within the.
Well done. And we're grateful for the Pleiadians as well, the Taigetans, for enabling that connection.
Because yes, and he also clarified that eventually might be a feline being, but I will have to explain that and discuss that with my friend. It may be connected to the being he's actually willing to bring through another being he's actually able to bring through some of the beings that he channels is encouraging him to channel more publicly.
Is that Corey?
Yeah, iPhone 2 is Corey. I can figure that because that's what it did last time he joined us.
Yep. Well, we've only been waiting for him to get to that point for 5 months, so I guess maybe he'll pop up.
Well, the push that we gave him last time, apparently he said that was the push you need.
Yes!
Yeah, it's true.
There we are.
And
He's ready. Are you ready tonight?
And yes, and I'm gonna leave it up to him for when he's because he already decided what being he's gonna be channeling, but I'm not going to mention about the being that he's channeling because that's up to him and not me.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
want to spoil anything.
Well, thanks. Now, at least now we know who iPhone 2 is, Corey. Thank you very much for coming forth. And obviously, although it may seem like a little bit of pressure, whatever you desire, we are a safe place for exploration. But once we get you in here, young man, no, that's okay.
The,
Thank you.
the pressure is not right now. The pressure is going to be after this session. So
Well,
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
you can go hide if you want.
yeah, no, the only pressure is what he puts on himself, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, does anybody have any questions or comments for Travis?
He came through really well. I mean, and it was interesting that the Sid said um, that Travis was cautious because you wanted to get all of the words correct.
Well, yeah, because the idea of bringing the reptilian in front of people, depending on whether certain people are open to it or not, and I wanted to be cautious to make sure Sid gave his message the way it is intended to be.
Yeah. Well, reptilians have not been treated very well in the early
No,
days.
no, like how Earth has racism, reptilians have their own way of being discriminated.
Thank you.
And that's what Sid's here. He's here to help us move past that.
That's a good thing overall, for sure.
Yeah. Think I never really had fear because most of the time I've seen different alien beings. I've seen mostly beings that are more like saurian based, reptilian like with scales. So I'm aware. I never expressed fear towards a reptilian being, which obviously will be different for some people.
I agree. If I saw a Komodo dragon, I might have a little bit of trepidation and want to head the other way. But
Yeah, well,
poisonous reptilian beings that outweigh me by 2 or 3 times and can swat me down with a tail are not really my cup of tea for hugs.
Well, the fear of death is clear when you're in that.
well,
Yeah.
hey, Sid understands that, and he only gave that probability as a window, but not a guarantee.
Correct.
Of course.
And I'm having problems reconciling what a cross between a gecko and a Komodo dragon looks like.
I don't know. It's something I don't know. He said their faces are a little bit more elongated than ours, so they have that face. They are humanoid in some sense, but it's like it's like the reptoid, but his skin is turquoise, which obviously gives away obviously the turquoise skin. His eyes match his skin color. He does have the black slit that most reptiles do. And he's approximately roughly 7 feet tall. So he's slightly taller than Eric of the Tagetans. But Eric is the tallest Tigetan I've ever channeled.
And how is your feeling? Was he happy with this experience?
Well, the experience was actually a lot better than I thought it was going to be. So I actually contribute that to him assisting me with those feelings.
Did he
So it was
feel?
mostly a co-creation between
Did he
me and him.
feel us individually and collectively, and so was that useful?
Was what useful?
The fact that it could register our energies individually and collectively as we were reacting to what was said.
Yeah, well, well, actually none of the reactions were so far were actually really that negative. Although, although not, although yes, he's monitoring the reactions through me as well. So he definitely does get any reactions of those comments of when I send the pictures there. But there have been many people who have defended the reptilians.
Okay.
Yes, you too. But there's also been another person that has done it within the group of the Society universe that I posted shared it with. And and he's and apparently some people are tired of seeing reptilians be discriminated against.
But generally speaking, you had a lot of resistance in those groups.
Nah, I haven't had a lot of resistance towards the reptilians since I only shared them recently.
Okay.
I mean, there might be resistance to my channeling in general, but not to the reptilian.
Heaven forbid.
Yes.
Resistance to your channeling. Okay. No, I
Well,
don't think
well,
there is.
there's as I said, other people, as I said, not resistance for myself, but mostly other people. Then again, I have worked through that resistance for my channeling myself, but I'm talking about what other people's reactions to my channeling in general.
Well, we've been fortunate to see you grow tremendously in your channeling abilities and your depth and your number of entities which you have come along and your confidence. It is a joy to see, Travis, and thank you for sharing that with us.
Sid is Sid is very grateful to make his debut within our little lovely group here.
Yeah.
He's not he definitely wanted they definitely nudged me to deliver this message because it was a very important message for the I think the problem with humans at the moment is the idea of fear of something that's totally different.
There's a lot of fear in general, that's for sure.
Yes, and he was clarifying it through the idea that the fear of the reptilians is is also created by the fear of ourselves,
Sure.
which actually was very wise message he gave.
Very important message because most of the things
Yes,
that we're very afraid of are human creations.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
he's great. He's definitely thankful to share and at least and I have. Yeah, he's. Hmm, wait, what was I saying? Maybe I was just reminiscing about my channeling.
could be. With that, I am going to stop the recording, but first, I want to thank you again for being here repeatedly and for the beautiful channeling that you have given us tonight as well. And I have to
Mm-hmm.
concur, I have seen you grow tremendously in all the channelings that you have done so far here. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
stop the recording and then essentially we go into a free chat. And of course, maybe some of you need to go and take care of business or whatever. We can do that as well. So, recording.